I'm so excited to have my ladies here. We are the Her True Self Wellness crew here helping everyone to be able to overcome the holiday season at this time. We're talking about anxiety overall that happens a lot at this time and how to navigate throughout the holiday season. I'm Lauren LC, your favorite gut health bestie. I'm the founder of Survival, which talks about all ways of adapting holistic lifestyle habits to be able to combat stress, overwhelm, and burnout as a way to practice self-care. And I have the play money coach, Nashaya, here, and our psychotherapist, Sierra Hillsman. So, Sierra, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself? I know you got to hop in a minute, but I wanted to make sure that we all go live and talk about overcoming this holiday season.
Absolutely. Hey, family. My name is Sierra Hillsman. I'm a licensed psychotherapist and a workplace well-being strategist. I help individuals create lives worth living. Yeah, and that's pretty broad, but it's very intentional at the same time. And so, making sure that individuals focus on their mental health is so important to me.
And Nashaya, oh, are you
Yes.
there?
Oh, sorry, y'all. I'm the Shay Richardson, play money coach, and I work with high achieving women who want to manage their money like a boss so they have more play money to do the things they enjoy, like shop guilt free, which is right on time for the holiday season. So it's perfect that we're talking about mastering that that inner stuff that comes up during the holidays that requires us to really set boundaries around all areas of our life.
Absolutely. So, before you have to jump off really quick, Sierra, as far as how to be able to implement, one of the things that the three of us are working together is that we have the Her True Self immersive experience that's starting next Wednesday. All you have to do is go to hertrueself.org. You get to opt in. We have a free 4-week immersive experience talking about dealing with emotional, physical, and financial well being. But if Sierra, if you could give us one thing before you hop off, of what to be able to do to deal with this chaotic time of dealing with anxiety over the holiday, what would you say?
Absolutely. Immediately, I think about the importance of establishing boundaries. And what I always remind clients is that boundaries are a form of self care, it's a form of self advocacy, not only speaking up for yourself, but also speaking up for your needs. In order for you to speak up for your needs, ladies and gentlemen, you also need to be able to identify those needs. So, a couple of boundaries to consider, especially if you have a history of trauma, whether it's physical, sexual, emotional abuse, those physical boundaries, creating those that distance. I know in the pandemic we utilize the 6 feet rule, but oftentimes we figure out what are the parameters to allow people in our personal space. Is it 2 feet? Is it 3 feet? Is it I'm going to sit at the kids table this year? What what does your physical boundaries look like? And then also recognizing too that you don't have to force yourself to have a hug. You can always do the little fist bump or maybe even an elbow rub or a nice little wave is perfectly a-okay. Handshakes are good too. So protecting that those physical boundaries are so important. And then I'm also thinking about time boundaries. We forget about time boundaries. So whenever you find yourself preparing to go have that family dinner or you're preparing to have that conversation, how much time are you going to give yourself? Will it be 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour or two? And then stick to those boundaries. We have a way of implementing boundaries and not reinforcing them. And so the way that we build trust with ourselves is by keeping those commitments with ourselves. So once again, establishing those boundaries, physical boundaries, time boundaries, also emotional boundaries too, figuring out what it is that you would like to share with whom and with when. Because what I find with a lot of clients, we'll share something and then we're kicking ourselves in the gut, trying, like pun intended, we're kicking ourselves in the
Yeah,
gut.
I was gonna say, did somebody say gut?
Yeah, we're kicking ourselves for like, dang, why did I share that? Oh man, oh my gosh, I feel so bad. Oh my goodness. So like just take some time to deep breathe, create a plan for yourself before you go into those holiday sessions. And yeah, that's essentially it, y'all. But I got a jet. So please
Yes,
make sure
thank
that
you
you
so
are
much.
registering. Head over to hertrueself.org. Please tap in because it's going to be amazing. We're super excited. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.
Thank you, Sierra. Yes, definitely. Y'all want to get in. Sierra has such an amazing talk that she is going to share on the second week of our 4-week immersive experience. So go to hertrueself.org or click the link that is here. You'll probably see hervival.co/hertrueself. It's all us that's here. to share. But while you're here, Nishea, I would love to know what are ways, as far as especially with money, like this is a big one.
Mhm.
Most anxiety that comes up is the emotional aspect, right? That Sierra was talking about, engaging and being amongst family, having seen, dealing through the holidays in the sense of someone who has been lost. But from a financial well-being perspective, what are some ways on how to navigate the holiday season? I know for me, I'm always like, I got a bunch of niece, nephews, kids. Like at this point, I literally only do the kids and like the big major adults, like my
Mhm.
grandma, my mom, maybe with certain things for the holiday. But it could get very expensive, and we going through inflation like crazy this year.
Mhm.
So what would you say is a good way to go navigate through this holiday season financially?
Yeah, well, number one is those financial boundaries, like identifying what your boundaries are for the holiday season. That could look like, how much do you plan to spend? What is your limit? Do you have a limit? So identify what that is for you, because maybe, last year, all the other years you bought for all the nieces and the godmoms and everyone else, where maybe this year you just can't continue to do what you did, right? So being very clear about what that looks like for you, because maybe you may need to make some adjustments, and being able to then communicate that to your family if you feel the need to say, like, I know I used to buy you guys things, but this year we're going to do things a little differently, where maybe I won't buy gifts, or, you can come up with works for you. Also, if you do continue to plan to buy gifts, set that amount that you're willing to spend for each person. Because that's the other thing. We go in the store blindly and we're just like picking up things, and $20 here, $50 here, those adds up. That adds up quick, where maybe in your mind you're like, okay, I'm only going to spend $500, and then you end up spending $1,500, and then you're trying to justify it because, oh, it's the holidays, I haven't seen them, that type of thing. So get very clear on what the amount is that you're comfortable with spending. And then the other thing is, also getting clear on what your values are, because maybe the traditions that you have been following are not traditions that you want to continue to follow. So it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with money, but also how you're feeling about, the way that you have been doing things. That also comes into our finances, because if we can't set those boundaries in other areas of our lives, it then leaks into our finances. So it's that holistic approach. So yeah, identifying what your values are. If it's family time, then focus on the family time and not so much the gifts, right? And
Mm-hmm.
and so on and so forth. Look at your budget. How much are you willing to spend, and stick to that. And then just get very clear on, yeah, basically how much you want to spend, and stick to that amount, and go in the store with the list, so that you're not all over the place, and you know exactly what you want to buy. You can grab it and go, or order it online and just be done with it, so then you're not tempted to buy more things than what you plan to.
Yeah, absolutely. Those are good ones. So the Play Money Coach is going to be sharing dropping the gems. I hope you're picking up what she's putting down. It's only a little bit right now. She's gonna be dropping some heavy gems. Nishea will be sharing on the third week of our 4-week immersive experience on how to be able to like have financial well-being, what type of things do you have to overcome and share. So definitely click the link in the bio or go to hertrueself.org, wherever you're listening this to join our 4-week immersive experience. It costs nothing to you but your time, your energy, and your, as far as your intention of what you want to create. We're coming in and really providing our time now before we go into 2024, right? We've been planning this out since like what, September, something like
Mhm.
that, putting these things together. How can we be able to help more women overcome the challenges that get in the way? And one of the things that literally all three of us came together is the money is a big stressor, the emotional well-being, workplace, stress and everything, which also affects your physical health, your mental well-being. And that's where I come in as your gut health bestie, because stress is a big thing that literally affects your gut health in so many capacities. So I want to share a little something. I'm not in the financial realm, but I want to share a little things that helped me to share when you said, like, I got pretty creative this year. Like, this year was really about a lot of the extensive like investing into my business heavy. So,
Mhm.
Auntie ain't gonna be splurging the way she used to just yet until we can, do the big things. But one of the things that I utilize, and I don't know if people can prepare for this year, but like when I use my credit cards and stuff, I don't use my points, like
Mm.
the money and stuff, and I save that for the end of the year, and that's whatever I got, that's the budget for the holiday season.
I
And
love.
you accumulate a couple $100s or whatever or more, depending on how much you use your card, but that's the budget that I utilize for the holiday. Also, too, you can get really creative, print some nice pictures. There's cute DEI projects, all kinds of things. Pinterest is always out there. So I've gotten creative and found some fun ways of making some cool gifts and, adding your little touch, making your own candle.
Mhm.
All those stuff is really good. But for me, as far as how can you overcome the holiday season, this is the eating season. I get clients who get anxiety because they did really well all year. They're eating pretty well. They know the things to do. Maybe the only times where they may get off course is like vacations. We have, plans of how to prepare for vacation, how to enjoy their vacation, eat their cake and have it too, and what to do
Mhm.
once they come home. I always remind my clients it's the same thing when it comes to the holiday season. Enjoy yourself. You best to believe the gut health bestie and everybody who do or do not know me. Gut health bestie is greedy. I'm a foodie. Okay. I really enjoy my food. I have a good time with my food. However, I prep before, as far as like, I don't create a lot of the anxiety happens in your mind, right?
Mhm.
Because we start to like anxiety is when you're literally anxious about what's ahead. Depression is more about, feeling sad and overwhelmed of what happened in the past in most
Yeah.
capacities. So anxiety, like I said, people are like, oh, I don't like you're not gonna gain 20 pounds from one day of eating or whatever throughout the holiday. However, holiday season, like literally, I have people say, oh, I got holiday parties every time and how do I not do this and do that? One I would say is prepare yourself. Like, a lot of times, and I used to do this where I barely eat. I didn't because I'm so in my mind of like I'm only gonna eat when it's holiday, like during the dinner. Eat
Mhm.
your food. Like, don't starve yourself because you're gonna eat all your favorites. Actually, hydrate. Get your fruits and your vegetables and everything in the morning. One, you're fuller, so you can't even overeat. That's one of the things.
Mm.
And also, like just enjoy it. If you're one of the people who's like me, like I'm not a good portion control person, I say that all the time. A lot of times I don't take leftovers or I take enough for one night, one more day of leftovers. I'm not overhauling. So, share your portions or if you are a good person that's portion control, don't carb up because Thanksgiving is a big carb, time and all throughout the holiday seasons from the sweets and desserts. Create it down in portions. Load up, get more of the portion of your plate to be more of like your vegetables and that's where you want to portion control of like the sweet potatoes or the breads, the rolls. Don't overload into those. So, but don't be restrictive because sometimes the overwhelm and anxiety that you're creating in your head is actually causing more distress to your gut health. I'm here to say
Mm.
that.
Yeah.
So if you start to have more of a plan and create more ease and enjoy and then get back to your routine, it's 1 or 2 days, of a time. And if you are going out and having things in the holiday, do what you can. Make your own food, drink your own water, like all those things before you go and enjoy. And that it sounds so simple, but those are the things that myself, even my clients prepared and was just like, I wasn't even hungry or I didn't even eat that much because I ate, before I came and I just enjoyed, one cookie or one piece or, things like that versus before I used to be like, oh, I ain't eating nothing. I want to eat it all and start like, so those are some of the things that you can be able to prepare is one, get your mind in order, just release that anxiety, put it down. We're carrying all this stuff. And a lot of times you don't even have to carry it. Just let it go and give yourself grace and realize that you can enjoy these things and get back into your routine. And if you need help and you want to learn, go to the link here and we will drop some gems throughout. We're really running this throughout the whole holiday season beyond Thanksgiving that's coming up, but we wanted to make sure that we prepare y'all with some good little tips before we start, because we start this immersive experience Wednesday, November 29th. So we won't be seeing y'all during the Thanksgiving. So stay in there, y'all. Stay strong. But we got y'all going all throughout the holiday season into the new year. So anything else you want to say, Nashaya, before we wrap up?
No, that was awesome. Everything you shared was awesome. Like, it's definitely tips that I'm going to use. I mean, not that I'm like trying to watch what I eat, but at the same time, it's like you do kind of have that anxiety of, I don't want to go overboard, but I do want to indulge a little bit. But, like you said, give ourselves some grace and just enjoy the season and just take your tips and kind of implement those as well. So, yeah, I appreciate that because now that clears my mind. Like, all right, I know what I'm going to eat. Like,
Yeah, like eat your stuff, enjoy it. Like y'all best to believe, girl, Bestie about to go in on the holiday. But I am going to do everything I do of the norm. I'm going to have my water. I'm going to have my green shake. I'm going to do things so I'm not like starving. Because when you're starving, your mind is just like you're literally in this famine mode, right? And you're in this survival. So that's why you see people like overindulging and eating fast, and then you didn't ate till you're sick to your stomach. Ask me how I know this, because I do this, right? So, like when I realized, I'm like, one is a mindset thing, prepare yourself. And it's a regular meal. Yes, it's your favorite things. We don't get all of these meals at the same time, but it's dinner. Like it's just dinner like any other times in dinner. Enjoy your dinner. Like it
right.
don't have to be that hard, sis. So
Exactly. Yes.
and
Let 'em
like I
know.
said, I said that to myself. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that these were some things. I hope that this was helpful. If it was, share this out. Again, click the link before that's here in the bio. Go to hertrueself.org. Opt into our 4-week immersive experience. You're going to get your emotional well-being, your financial well-being, and your physical well-being. The Gut Health Bestie got some things for y'all. We're going to be dropping some gems all 4 weeks from November 29th to December 27th, every Wednesday, 8 p.m. So opt in, join our communities, get access to these videos, and we got a lot more to offer. Pardon my video. I don't know what's happening here. I have no idea where this little green strip, but I was not going to let anything stop us from capturing and sharing and preparing y'all. Happy holidays. I'm Lauren LC, the Gut Health Bestie, and we have
Nashaya Richardson, the Play Money Coach.
SCM. She had to go do her psychotherapist things, but shout out to Sierra Hillsman of Legacy Speaks. And we're so excited for the women that's going to be a part and who already joined the Her True Self Immersive Experience. We're all about helping you to guide back to your true self. Have a good one.
See y'all.